Alright, hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today is day number 219 of the 365-day trivia road trip. We're in the middle of the viewer-submitted quizzes. Tomorrow, we have a quiz from new contributors to the channel, but today, we have the Trish and Tom special. They've submitted a ton of quizzes. This one will be no different. They write good trivia. Let's go. Question number 1. Like pearl and coral, this gem is organic and unique in that some specimens have animal and plant material trapped inside. These inclusions may be objects like insects or dinosaur feathers. Prized for its beauty since Neolithic times, what is this yellow-orange gem formed from fossilized tree sap? The answer is amber. Question number 2. Ancient Egyptians trained these large, intelligent, long-muzzled monkeys to apprehend thieves and other wrongdoers, as depicted in hieroglyphics. The simian deputy would sink its fierce canines into this criminal's legs and detain him until human authorities took over. What kind of animal was this? They're on a lot of hieroglyphics. These animals are baboons. Question number 3. When he was only 16, Shinedown singer Brent Smith wrote a song about struggling with addiction and suicidal depression. It begins with the chilling words, "I've got a candle and I've got a spoon. I live in a hallway with no doors and no rooms," and pleads for someone to do what? It's also the title of the song. The answer is Save Me. Question number 4. Euro coins in denominations of 1 cent to 200 cents entered circulation in 2002. A map of Europe is on the front of each coin, and each country in the Eurozone chooses its own design for the reverse, usually a symbol representing the nation. What item is on the reverse of the Irish euro? The answer is a harp. Question number 5. 8-year-old Rhoda is an adorable little girl with the unfortunate habit of killing anyone who interferes with her getting what she wants. Her known victims include a schoolmate, an elderly neighbor, a caretaker, and a dog. Possibly the evil is in her genes, as suggested by the title of what 1956 movie? That movie is called The Bad Seed. Question number 6. This black, blistered-looking radioactive ore is known from the 15th century silver mines on the German-Czech border. Rich in uranium, it also contains a small amount of radium as a decay product. What is this ore's common name that Marie Curie processed tons of to isolate radium in 1910? The answer is pitchblende, or uraninite. Question number 7. In August of 1949, 15 smoke jumpers parachuted into a Montana wildfire site at the bottom of a steep slope covered in dry grass. The fire began to spread and the men began to run, but the fire moved much faster, and 12 smoke jumpers were killed. What was the name of this infamous canyon? That was known as the Man Gulch Fire. The answer is Man Gulch. Question number 8. The Black Prince's Ruby, one of the oldest jewels in the imperial state crown of the United Kingdom, is a dark red gem, but it is not a ruby. What rare, but less costly stone, also used in the imperial crown of Russia, and in much more modern jewelry, was identified in 1783, giving birth to the science of gemology? The answer is Spinel. Question number 9. This abbot, mystic, and co-founder of the Knights Templar, canonized only 21 years after his death in 1153, inspired both John Calvin and Martin Luther. He shares a name with an alpine rescue dog that doesn't really wear a keg around its neck, but the dog was named for a different saint with what name? The answer is Saint Bernard. Question number 10. A temporary or chronic ringing sound in the ears is associated with some degree of hearing loss, usually due to aging or constant exposure to loud noises. Factory workers, military members, and rock musicians are at higher risk than librarians. The medical name for this condition is what? The answer is tinnitus. Question number 11. Unlike the fictional Rhoda, 6-year-old Carl Mahan was a real child who, in 1929, did away with an 8-year-old playmate. The older boy grabbed a piece of scrap metal and hit Carl, who, crying, ran home, stood on a chair, took his father's shotgun from a closet, and then shot the boy. In what state did this happen? He was the youngest kid ever charged for murder in the state of Kentucky. Question number 12. The Ohm's law formula wheel can be used to calculate power, voltage, current, and resistance. Using the formula, P equals IV, or P, as in watts, equals current, I, times voltage, V. If a 120 volt incandescent light bulb draws 0.5 amps, how many watts does the light bulb produce? I don't know how anybody would get this. That's too much math for me, but the answer is 60 watts. Question number 13. Leon Trotsky, a Russian revolutionary who wrote extensively against Stalinism, was assassinated for his outspokenness in 1940 in Mexico City. The killer, Ramon Mercader, a Spanish communist and agent of the Soviet secret police, used what implement more common in mountaineering than in murder? He killed him with an ice axe. Not a good way to go. Ice axe is the answer. Question number 14. The Titan arum is native to the rainforest of Sumatra. This 100-pound corm produces a 10-foot inflorescence that looks like a giant baguette wrapped in petal-like dark burgundy spathe. Instead of sweet fragrance, it emits the smell of decaying meat to attract bugs, and its odor gives it what morbid name? Don't get this flower for your wife. The answer is the corpse flower. She won't like it. Question number 15. This 1927 silent film won the Best Picture award at the first Oscars award ceremony. In the film, 2 World War I combat pilots are rivals both in skill and romance. Its realistic depiction of air battles became the benchmark for future aviation movies. What is its one-word title? The first movie to win Best Picture was Wings. Question number 16. The wild dog of Asia is also called red dog and mountain wolf. Averaging only 33 pounds, it hunts in large packs and can bring down deer, wild boar, and even water buffalo. Its reputation is fearsome in India, where it is sometimes called the Hound of Kali. Kipling's stories tell of what fierce wild canid? The name of this red dog is the dhole. Question number 17. This director, whose works include A Bucket of Blood and The Little Shop of Horrors, mentored young directors like Martin Scorsese, Ron Howard, and James Cameron, and helped launch the careers of Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson, and William Shatner. Who is this king of cult movies? The answer is Corman. Roger Corman. Question number 18. This liquor, distilled from fermented molasses or sugarcane juice, was a necessity on Royal Navy and pirate ships. Its origin is Caribbean, but it is not known which island made it first, although a 17th century reference from Barbados refers to Kill Devil, a popular name for what liquor at the time? From now on, I'm only going to call rum Kill Devil. Rum is the answer. Kill Devil is a better way to say it. Question number 19. Pablo Escobar kept a private menagerie on his estate, and after his death in 1993, some animals, too large and difficult to move, were just left unattended, and by 2007, having multiplied to 16, were foraging for food, including domestic cattle. As of 2014, 40 of what exotic animal were roaming Colombia? There were 40 hippopotamus from Escobar's menagerie. And question 20. In 1973, a U.S. Navy ship docked at Port-au-Prince, Haiti. A crew member went ashore and bought some wooden bongo drums with goatskin heads. 2 weeks later, she became ill, and it was found that she had what serious livestock disease, sometimes contracted by butchers, tanners, and wool sorters? The answer is anthrax. Alright, that is it. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA, and thank you to Trish and Tom for submitting it. I'm not sure who normally writes the questions or who writes most of the questions, but I feel like the rock and roll questions come from Trish. I don't know, maybe Trish writes all of them, but usually when I get a Trish and Tom trivia quiz, there's some good rock and roll questions. There's another one coming up for the question 21 tiebreaker, so make sure you stick around for that. And make sure you stick around for tomorrow. We have a new quiz from some new contributors to the channel, so I'm excited to read those for you. We could play that episode tomorrow. But first, question 21, the tiebreaker. Angus Young, with brother Malcolm, co-founded Australian rock band AC/DC in 1973 as lead guitarist and songwriter. Angus is recognized as one of the top rock and roll guitarists and is known for his hyper-energetic performances. What he is not known for is for being a hunk. How tall is little Angus Young? If you're gonna be this small, you gotta be good at something. He chose rock and roll, and he did a good job, and he's made a good life from it. Angus Young is 5 foot 2 inches tall. Whichever player got closest to that number is going to win the point. If it was a tiebreaker, they win the whole game. Congratulations to you. Thank you to Trish and Tom. See everybody tomorrow.